And we have a cookie cutter sort of building that we're going to get to. Suburbanite. But it's along the shore, and all this landscaping probably took a couple days to do. And this isn't creative for it. Imagine survival. We also have the post office there, which I'll show you sometime soon. But we're going to go in order. First off, we're going to just show this building at this Chinese restaurant. Love the angles of the supports. That's conjecture all the way on that one. Alright, the mild inconveniences of having the telephone next to you, and had to blur out some of that audio for that, but it's still showing you the panoramic view. So you see that's big Y over there, right? Well, this is a suburbanite cookie cutter. That's what I called it, because it looks like it. It looks like something that'd be located in a gated community. One of those $300,000 type houses. Well, we have a Mini Cooper. Or is it a Mini Looper 9001? Someone's trying to pull some shenanigans with that one. You know something? I think I have looked at this place. I'm going to give you a quick overview of this place over here because this has changed. It used to be a sterile looking box, but I decided to make this place much better. It looks like a fishery processing facility. It has its own dock, and there's no boats in it right now. I'm not going to really show you much on the inside because I didn't change anything up on the inside. I just overcovered it. And I left the name of the person who made the original place because, you know, I'm sure he's probably going to like it. And plus it's facing away from the road. Here's a nice little quick reconfiguration. Something simple and yet unique. Now this is the place I want to show you. I want to show you this bank. This is a bang for your buck bank. We call it the Fellowship National Bank, founded 725. And we have statues that we're going to look at first. Lion-like, in remembrance of Slick Lionheart. And so they decide, oh, we're going to make some lions. And they being me, if you were wondering. Dedicated to the Fellowsends of Lionheart. Just something unique and funny. Get some inspiration from the look of the lion. Maybe it could be Simba. Anyways, I didn't want to add any parking lot to this because a lot of my places seem to have that, and I don't want my world to be known as the parking lot capital of Minecraft. That would not be a smart idea. We have bank hours and security-enabled cameras. A trippy door. If you're wondering what that noise is, that's just the sound of books collapsing because they are at work. The exchange bullion counter. Oh, thank you. Now what were they? We have gold nuggets, ender pearl, and gas tiers to exchange. So that's the currency of the choice in this world. And those are in cents. Those are like the coins of this world, not the dollar bills, so to speak. This is the only office, by the way. But that's all you need. You only need one office. And you have line ends here because the line starts here would have to be way up there. But if you were to come into this place, you have choice of using this table to write your deposit slips and withdrawals. You can come over here, and I added people to this place too. You gotta add some personality, right? Little desk, checks and deposit slips and withdrawals. Oh, and we look in here, and guess what? It's all paper. And the books are written. This customer looks a little drugged out. It's funny how this cartoon texture pack looks with these skulls, with these heads. The seating area. Okay, so this is how you do it. Let's run over here and enter around the location. My bank doesn't have this, by the way. They just have one little pole. But then you wait right here, and then they say customer next. You have to go up to them and say, "This is what I want to deposit." He's like, "I refuse this deposit because it's not a currency that is valuable. Take it back, you infidel." Okay. And those lights on are meaning that they're either open or closed. This one's specifically closed. And we have switches on the other side that can be switched to show that. And there's quite a few tellers. This is a big bank. It's a national bank. What do you expect? They're supposed to be. I added loads of stuff to these chests. Currency, anvils, iron ingots, gold ingots. And I'm behind the desks now. It's showing the view from the perspective of the tellers. It's like you'd be sitting here and somebody coming in, you'd say next. They funnel in this side and the other side, and they go out the middle. That's the idea. Got hats. I tried to put some hats on there on these peoples to make them legit. But that's as close as they come. It looks like the graduator, right? Those kind of hats, graduate hats. So you would just make your way down here. Do your deposits. Actually, this sign might... Yeah, I mean, it says line ends here, but line begins right here. So there's not a lot of wiggle room to work with on this specific side. But most people would come in on this side because it has the check and deposit slips. But now we're going to head down here where a national bank ought to have a vault. Any bank ought to have a vault. It also has women's room of preps. Oh, there's a lady in here. Seating area and lounge where the bankers and tellers meet when they're having their meetings in case something's going wrong. Men's rooms of spoils. Paper that you take from a dispenser to dry your hands. These here are cameras. They're showing that they're live. Monitored. We have a gate for the vault. Vault access 1, 5, 6, 7, 2, 1. And then you have to put your key card in. Anyway, that's all for fun. I don't actually have redstone hooked like that. But we come in here and it's the vault. Some of this was taken inspiration from Corellis, like the drawers you saw over there. This is the main vault, though. This is where you hide all your best valuables. Look at that, all diamond, all emerald, gold nuggets, so that's more change. Gold ingots. I fill all these up. Even some clocks, grandfather clocks, compasses, and glowstone dust. Deposit, safety deposit boxes. You name it. It's all here. And of course with any vault, they don't normally shine lights well. It's very ambient in here. I've noticed vaults don't seem to have a lot of lighting. More like just emergency lighting in the ceiling. But this is Corellis' idea, so I have to give credit to him on this. But the thing is, with the Xbox, you can't put too many of those item frames down. so I couldn't do the whole thing. That's the downside. These are lapis lazuli blocks, in case you were wondering. This texture pack would show it that way. And that's pretty much it with this place. I'll give you the panoramic view like every other place. Dollar sign. They're like, oh, this is the United States. Well, yeah, it is. This isn't Britain. That Austin Healey in that garage, it was imported. Because we have a nice importment program for vehicles to help the townsfolk out. And this is a beautiful structure indeed. I didn't want to go too crazy with it and putting the letters B-A-N-K on it. Why would I? That would make a lot of billboard. I kind of did it with Big Y because that's a grocery chain around here, but not with the bank. And it's a unique bank ceiling, or roof, shingled. Plenty of skylights for your banking viewing pleasure. Yeah, so take this as inspiration. This is close to being too busy, but it's not. At least not in my eyes. If some people say, oh, it's too busy, it might be the texture pack fooling you. All these stitches and this roof, shingles. So as we head down this way, this is really the last structure of importance that was built, but there's also an interior that was done, which we'll also show after this. This is known as the post office, zip 20340. Come in, and I've been adding people to make it lively in these places. Now this is something unique. If you never knew this, 2,304 holdings on one shelf with 64 in each block. That means in your inventory here, if you had all 64s in this entire inventory, including your hotbar, that would make 2,304 individual pieces. Which means if this is limited to 2,000 drops, you would lose some of that inventory if you died. Because it will delete the 304 droppings. That's the furnace, if you're wondering, furnace room, and it says access prohibited. The little seating area. Kind of very, it almost looks like a, what was that? It almost looked like one of those train station depots. Oh, it's a cow, okay. The knock note bell. Someone will assist me. Ding ding. Oh, you're already here. Oh, you're an idiot for hitting that. Alright, so we have receiving packages. U.S. Postal Service. The zip code is off of the idea of the holdings. 2304, but I had to add another 0 to it. Safe deposit boxes. Lockers, I should say, for rent. I think the safe deposits are over there, the zip codes. We have a little line forming here. Envelopes no greater than 16 ounces here, because in a way that is how the post office is run. If you have a certain size envelope, you cannot have it as first class stamps. You have to have more postage added to it. Packages over 2 pounds, no chemicals or beverages in that specific window. But that's where the person would be. He would sit there. If I had somebody, or example, he would sit there and I would show him off as being a teller. This one is self-paid envelopes here. So those are already got the envelopes on them, but you want to put them here instead of in your mailbox, you can do so. This is the P.O. Box mail slots. And then I also wrote that we have 1,728 holdings per single chest on a 64 count. So a double chest would hold 3,556 on a 64 count. And that's how I explain it right there.